The Golden State Warriors are about to pull off the biggest trade. As you all know, the Warriors are now in off-season mode and they are looking to acquire players that can help them win another NBA championship next year. So in today's video, we're going to be going through 5 big trade options that the Golden State Warriors are looking at that can help this team win and also win another NBA championship. So make sure to like this video, and guys, 92% of you are still not subscribed to the channel, so it'd mean the world if you could subscribe to the channel, hitting that red button down below. The first potential trade is trading for DeAndre Aiden. Now, as you all know, DeAndre Aiden had himself a bit of a controversial year this year because there were a lot of clips of DeAndre Aiden being very frustrated, not just with Suns in general, but the organization and the players within it. And because of that, we could see DeAndre Aiden on his way out, and it could be an opportunity right now while he is on the trading block that the Golden State Warriors picking up for very, very cheap. Now, when it comes to what Golden State Warriors would have to trade in order to get someone like Aiden, Jordan Poole will have to be in the mix, maybe even a couple of younger guys, maybe someone like Jonathan Kuminga or Moses Moody, and even some draft picks at that point. So when it comes to DeAndre Aiden, he is a fantastic player standing at 7 foot, 250 pounds. This season, he averaged 18 points, 10 rebounds, and also 1.7 assists with a 61.7% true shooting percentage. So he did a fantastic job all season. I think DeAndre Aiden would be a perfect fit for the Golden State Warriors team. What he does very efficiently is definitely scoring, and we have seen that in his true shooting percentage. But when it comes to DeAndre Aiden being 7 foot, 250 pounds, it does help out a lot that he is a very, very efficient player and can play great defense on top of that. DeAndre Aiden being so tall is something the Golden State Warriors need. The Warriors do run a lot of small ball lineups, but it did really hurt them during the playoffs, and that's one of the reasons why they did end up losing to the Los Angeles Lakers. But when it comes to Golden State Warriors, they definitely need that one other player that can be that big man, guard players 7 foot and above, and DeAndre Aiden could be that perfect fit. We would have to give up someone like Jordan Poole, but I think getting a big man for the starting 5 is definitely more necessary, as there are a lot of great role-playing guards already in this team. You have Gary Payton II, you have Dante DiVincenzo, and also other players like Jonathan Kuminga who are starting to make their way more into that role-playing lineup. But when it comes to Aiden in general, I think he would honestly fit perfect with what the Golden State Warriors are doing. The Warriors are definitely a more outside shooting team with Steph, Clay, Andrew Wiggins, and players of this nature, and to have someone who can really provide that inside scoring that they need, that Aiden can definitely provide, I think it would honestly benefit this team greatly. When you look at the current roster, you see Draymond Green, who's more of a playmaker rather than a scorer, and you also have someone like Kevon Looney, who does just rebound and doesn't really have that inside presence that they're looking for. So in saying that, I think Aiden would honestly be a perfect fit, really providing not only just that defense, but also having that offense that is definitely needed. Scoring 18 points in a team that has Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, someone like Chris Paul during that season, and for him to still be averaging such high numbers definitely does show that he can score 10, 15, 20 points a game while also having superstars hit their shots. The second trade option is to trade for Miles Turner. Now, Miles Turner has honestly been playing fantastic this season, and now that the season is over, he is looking to come back next season even stronger. But I think he can definitely do this in a Golden State Warriors uniform. Now, Miles Turner stands at 6'11", 250 pounds, and he also averaged 18 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks, and had a true shooting percentage of 65.1. So this was honestly insane to see someone like Miles Turner, because he did a fantastic job all around. On top of this, he also did average 2.3 blocks. His field goal percentage was 54%, and also had a 37% three-point percentage, guys. Yes, guys, you heard that right. 37%. So he was shooting better than some of the sharpshooters out there in the league. And I think that's what Miles Turner can definitely provide for this team, is that offensive side of things. We currently see with Steph Curry running a pick and roll with someone like Kevon Looney and also like Draymond Green, there isn't really too much roll action when it comes to, Draymond Green popping for a 3 or maybe driving inside. Same with Kevon Looney, he can't really shoot that shot outside, so you can't really run a pick and pop. With Miles Turner, I think that pick and roll with someone like Steph Curry could honestly be very, very dangerous, due to the fact that Miles Turner can score from the inside and also from the outside, and because of that, it does open up the floor more for someone like Steph Curry to score or also to find his teammates in the corners. Now, on top of this, I do think Miles Turner also has the right game style that fits the Golden State Warriors and what they are trying to run. Very fast-paced player. He can definitely play great defense, which we have seen, where he's averaging 2.3 blocks, also 7.5 rebounds. His 6'11" stature and 250-pound pad stature as well definitely does help as well on top of everything, because Golden State Warriors did get knocked out by the Lakers for being a little bit too small. So someone like Turner can definitely turn these things around, no pun intended. And I do believe that the Golden State Warriors are really just missing a center that can provide that defense but also provide that offense, whether it's inside or outside scoring. But I do believe Miles Turner having that outside scoring can definitely really provide a lot for this Warriors team. It does open up a lot of opportunities, not just for himself but also for other players such as Steph, Clay, Andrew Wiggins, to be able to drive in the paint and dish it out to someone like Turner on the three. Definitely does make it helpful. We saw throughout the whole season and also even during the playoffs that Golden State Warriors sometimes struggle to really get spacing right due to the fact that Draymond Green isn't too much of a scorer, so he's staying inside, and also someone like Kevon Looney. And when someone like Steph drives in, or someone like Wiggins, it's a little bit too clogged up for them to really do anything major. So because of that, having someone like Turner who can shoot that three ball will definitely open up the floor a lot more for star players to continue to get going, and Miles Turner can also score from the three much more efficiently. The third trade option is to go all in and trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, I think this is something that is absolutely huge, because this has been the talk of the town as of lately, because the Golden State Warriors have been looking to actually pursue and see if they can take Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, as you all know, Milwaukee Bucks do have a contract with Giannis Antetokounmpo, but it is coming to an end very, very soon. And because of that, we could see Bucks start to look to maybe ship out Giannis if he was planning on leaving anyway, due to the fact that the Bucks still want to get something out of letting someone go like Giannis. And because of that, Golden State Warriors could actually take this opportunity to trade for someone like Giannis, but they would have to give up pretty much everything for it. I do believe in order for them to actually give up someone like Giannis, you would have to give up Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Jordan Poole all in one trade, and maybe even a couple of picks on top of that. I do believe that's the only way they're going to accept a trade for pretty much the greatest player in the NBA right now, on top of, someone like Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid. He was an MVP runner, and I do believe that Giannis is still one of the best players ever, during this NBA time. And because of that, I do believe that Golden State Warriors will have to give up pretty much everything in order to make this happen. Now, is it a smart move? It might be, because Giannis Antetokounmpo averaged 31.1 points, 11.8 rebounds per game, and 5.8 assists. He stands at 7 foot, 243 pounds. He also does play a power forward position, but can pretty much play center and can pretty much be the speed of a point guard as well. And we take them all out of the equation, you're still left with some great players in the team, such as Steph Curry. You also have Dante DiVincenzo, who also played with Giannis, so he knows how to play there. Andrew Wiggins is still in the team. You also have someone like Kevon Looney also there as well. So the Giannis coming to Golden State Warriors, they would have to give up a lot, but they can still make a very good starting five out of that. And talking about pick and roll, I think Giannis Steph Curry pick and roll would be honestly one of the greatest pick and rolls we could ever see since Shaq and Kobe. His inside presence is definitely felt when it comes to Giannis, and it can't be stopped, and that's one of the reasons why this could actually work in the long run, even though Giannis doesn't really score a lot from the outside. He also had a true shooting percentage of 60.5. He stands at 7 foot, 243 pounds. He can definitely play that center position if needed, and I think Giannis has done a fantastic job at being able to provide a lot on offense and even on defense as well. But Golden State Warriors do have to give up quite a lot for this to happen, but it may be worth it due to the fact that you're getting pretty much an MVP runner-up and also one of the greatest players in the NBA right now. The fourth trade option is to trade for Kevin Porter Jr. Now, this trade would have Kevin Porter Jr. actually come to a Golden State Warriors uniform, but in order for that to happen, they would have to trade someone like Jordan Poole and maybe a couple of picks for this to happen. And in return for that, they probably could get Kevin Porter Jr. and also Kenyon Martin Jr. both in the same deal. But first, starting to talk about Kevin Porter Jr., he is 6'4", 203 pounds, and this season he averaged 19.2 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 5.7 assists. Now, KPJ is a fantastic player, do not get me wrong, but I do believe he definitely really does shine in that role player position, or maybe even in that six-man role. So far, with the Houston Rockets, he has been kind of one of the main players in that team on top of Jalen Green, but I do believe Kevin Porter Jr. really does shine coming off the bench, being that six-man, and I think that's something that the Warriors definitely need. Unfortunately, Jordan Poole really didn't live up to the height that he was supposed to live up to, as he was really struggling from the offense all series against the Lakers and also just in the playoffs in general. And because of that, we could actually see someone like Kevin Porter in a Warriors uniform and can actually provide that scoring that the Golden State Warriors definitely need. Now, when it comes to KPJ having 19.2 points, he's averaging 5.3 rebounds and 5.7 assists. His true shooting percentage was actually great at 56.5, especially for a guard, and he was one of the main players in that team. When it comes to the Golden State Warriors as well, they are definitely looking for someone who can provide that impact off the bench, but in a scoring factor as well, and KPJ could definitely be that guy. They currently have players like Dante DiVincenzo, Gary Payton II, who are great defensive players, but they aren't really a pure scorer, and that's something that they can get out of KPJ. On top of that, you can also get Kenyon Martin Jr. maybe also in that same trade package. KMJ also averaged 12.7 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game, and he had a true shooting percentage of 63.5. He stayed at 6'7", plays that small forward position, and I think it would be fantastic to get a player of his caliber in this team and to come off the bench. The fifth trade option is to trade for Karl Anthony Towns. Now, Karl Anthony Towns stands at 7 foot, 248 pounds. He has averaged 20.8 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 4.8 assists in this season alone, and he had a true shooting percentage of 61.8%. So he did a fantastic job so far this season, and I think it has gotten on Golden State Warriors' radar to finally make a move for someone like Cat. It does seem that the Timberwolves may look to actually have everyone on the trading block, as they are looking to rebuild and start from scratch, and that may see Karl Anthony Towns on his way out, and I do think Timberwolves won't really have too much resistance in order for Warriors to actually get him. Maybe Jordan Poole and other players may need to be in the offer, but I think Karl Anthony Towns could be a very likely trade to get for the Golden State Warriors to finally get that big man that can score from outside and score from inside.